action.
Yeah, so Valou just kicked my ass. As you see, I'm beat up.
You're bruised and beat up.
Nah, it's good though. I feel good. I'm gonna do a jacuzzi for a while, and then we're gonna go get some legs. So.
How long were you on that table?
Oh my god.
Over 2 hours.
Yeah. I think almost 3 hours now, right?
God.
So.
Yeah, your shoulder's all bruised. Look at that.
Yeah.
You can see the fingerprints.
I know. Well, he's working all my surgery spot. My chest, we're trying to get everything like, you know, everything firing right. I'm feeling good, so my legs and everything.
Everybody's mentioning about you going back to the gym like in the middle of the night. That they, like they're seeing. How when did you do that last time in the video? Was it?
Rip to Shreds.
Yeah.
It was the same gym as Rip to Shreds, but I was doing cardio then. I wasn't training as much then. I trained for the Olympia the last couple of years. I trained late, but that's not normal. I mean, I just was there because I was doing a special project all week.
Did you get flashback though? From all those...
You know what? I had a really good workout. I was surprised. I mean, Eric showed up, which was amazing, you know. So I mean, it was good to have the push there, you know. We did some heavy stuff too. You guys came kind of late, so.
Yeah, we missed.
You missed the standing shoulder presses.
Yeah.
You missed the side laterals, and you know, we're doing obviously some different stuff in the training too. But you know, even for legs, like I did front squats last week, and you know, I'm not going crazy heavy. I'm trying to salvage my back because I know even in 09 when I was doing squats, I was wrapping my knees, which I'm trying to avoid doing now. And my lower back was just killing me. I was in therapy more than I am now. And working just the lower back. Now it's like I can focus on all the other stuff and the lower back, but I'm not in pain constantly because I'm not pushing and doing stuff that kills my back every week. So.
Yeah. Do you want to talk? I mean, now we're just about closing in on 10 weeks out from the Olympia. You want to talk about what you want to do the last 8 weeks, or
with what?
With MD, or you want to say later?
No, we're just, you know, take it as it comes.
Okay.
I'm going to put out all the stuff on the road there, and you know, everyone's going to see what I'm doing, you know, as far as.
Well, that's what I mean.
No,
you know, nobody knows.
But, you know, you guys are going to see it firsthand. You know?
Yeah.
We'll be getting a lot of raw footage and getting the fans, you know, as it goes.
They're really happy right now.
Well, I mean, they want to see guys training for the Olympia with their shirts off and not in heavy T-shirts, and you know, all the guys are going to look good. I mean, everyone looks good. They're big and round, and everyone should be in good condition. I mean, the show's 11 weeks from today, so I mean, the guys are. You know, you have to be ready to go, especially at that level. But you know, I make a lot of changes all the way through, so we're just, you know, you'll be able to see some of those. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and pose and do whatever. You know, all that really matters is contest day. I mean, shoot, I never even thought, you know, 2 weeks out when I came back in 09, or 2 weeks out when I was in 2001, where people think I was better, or 2003, that I would look as phenomenal as I did. So, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, lay it all out there and let people make the, you know, the judgment on their own, and then let it go on the stage and see what happens. And you know, I'm excited to be back at it, and excited to let the fans into my life and come in my house and see everything that's going on, and you know, come to the gym with me and be involved in all the projects leading up, and you know, having all the support of my team around me again. So
this year I think, especially with Eric's help, which has all the pictures from all the year 2009, 2010, all that stuff. You've been doing a lot of comparison, just for yourself, and just see where you were at compared to now and back then and all that stuff. It's been surprising, actually. You even have the measurements you were telling me because of the suits and all that stuff.
I mean, I tried on suits fittings yesterday, and yeah, I'm smaller in certain areas, and you know, in the right areas,
including the
my waist strength 2 inches. You know, yeah, I did lose some size off my, you know, my shoulder width, but the waist is exactly what I lost off my shoulder, so
that's good.
But I measured at 300 pounds, where this time I was measuring, you know, 270, whatever. So it's a lot different when you have that much bulk, you know.
Right.
And I'm pretty lean now, so.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to compare the pictures. And
Right.
you know, I even thought, you know, I was amazed myself that I thought wasn't as good as I was, and my condition was much better. Obviously, starting off smaller. I think what I was explaining to people is like my arms measure the same, my shoulders are the same. You know, I could use a little more fullness in my legs and my lats. You know, I need a little more width to my lats and a little more flare to my thighs. There's no question, because when I took the pictures the last time, of course, I'm up, you know, 20 pounds or 15 pounds from what I normally am, because I was starting off at a big body weight.
Right.
But what's ideal is my waist has already shrunk to the point that I would for the contest. It's like, you know, going into the contest, competing, and then rebounding to another show. That's kind of what I was starting at, because I was smaller. So now my waist is down.
And it's not going to go up,
and
obviously.
It's not going to go up,
right.
you know, so
it can only go down.
The illusion is a lot different, you know, where your waist is all the bulk of, eventually when you bulk in the off season, your arms and shoulders and all that stuff's only going to get so big before your stomach starts, you know, your torso starts getting big. So
yeah.
I was able to, you know, transfer what would have been the bigness there. I mean, it didn't go anywhere. It's still, I'm as big everywhere else, but my stomach is smaller because I wasn't eating in the off season, just trying to pile in food.
So it could actually help you.
You know,
yeah.
you hope that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's the thing is, you know, I'm looking at the pictures and I'm asking everyone's opinions around. They're like, well, this is a better look for you.
Yeah.
No question. There's not one person that said, no, you're behind what you were or whatever. Yeah, definitely I need to get fuller, but obviously on a diet that's going to do that. And the illusion, I mean, and it's a much cleaner look. I mean, I'm not as puffy even in the face as I would be 3 weeks from the show. So I'm excited. And you know.
Since you've been home on lockdown, as you call it, you're happy with your progress, though? It's good.
You know what? I've had good and bad days. You know, I still had to travel a little bit, and I've had a lot of projects going on. So, you know, every day, just like people falling, you know, on MD and training, you know, maybe not for competition. Listen, man, there's days that the gym's not as good. There's other days it's great. Last night was a great workout. You know, I trained in LA. Like last week, legs. I mean, it was really hot in the gym. You remember I was dying, man. And you know, the other night we did back. Eric came out. First time I trained with him doing back in a while. I got sick at the end, man. I almost threw up just because the pace. I'm not used to the speed. And we trained at LVAC, which is, you know, air conditioned and everything else. So, you know, that's the real kicker is, you know, trying to get the speed back up, and the rest between the sets is very minimum. We go for the crazy pump, and, you know, the weights have never been crazy. I mean, all these years. I mean, I 2001, man, I was front squatting 2 plates.
Wow.
You know, I trained at Crunch Fitness. They only had
That's right.
They only had dumbbells up to 125, I think. So, like, even for chest press and all that stuff, I was only doing 100-pound dumbbells. So, people that talk about the weights like it matters, and I stood next to Ronnie that year, and yeah, he was bigger, but my condition was spectacular, and, you know, I focused on training the midsection, you know, which I'm doing a lot of midsection work now. Yeah, I mean, that's just... Society has changed, you know, the internet has made these guys think like, oh, you know, you have to be training in the gym with the heaviest weights and all free weights, no machines.
Yeah.
That's what a bodybuilder does. Yes, I think that's the roots of it. You still have to do all those exercises, but at the same time, you need to focus on other stuff as you get further in your career and have muscle maturity. So, you know, it's we're learning different stuff as we go. I'm learning every year.
Yeah.
I'm open-minded, so.
Cool. Thanks for talking to us, champ. All right. We'll follow you in the gym.